everybody. If you're tuning in on the replay or live, I want to welcome you to the Heal the Hurt mini workshop where we are going to ride this very powerful cosmic alignment of the sun, the Sirius, and the earth, where electromagnetically it's a very, very powerful energy that's arriving to Earth where we can really tap into that healing potential. So, Lionsgate portal, if you are familiar with Lionsgate, it's a very powerful time of the year. You know, it's usually in August. So, August 8th is the peak time where everything is literally in alignment. The planets are in alignment. So a lot of the energy is going in the earth amplified, mega, mega amplified. So this is a beautiful chance to really look into what is it that you're working on, what is it that you need to let go, and who do you want to become more of. This is the perfect time to really like upgrade and heal. And when I say heal, it's really about connecting everything. To heal is to be whole, to heal is to connect the mind, the body, the spirit. And so it's integrating so that we can upgrade and leap into what is it that we came for here in this life. Woo, a little bit big, no? But I'm gonna just go ahead and go live in Instagram. Hello, Instagram. I'm going live. I'm now live also in Thrive, Woman, LinkedIn. We are going to have an amazing healing time together. It is the Heal the Hurt, and today it's the Lionsgate portal. And Lionsgate, if you're new to it, it's a planetary, cosmic, very powerful alignment where Sirius, the Earth, and the Sun are aligned. So it's the perfect time to connect and to really reflect on what we need to clear so we can create who and what you want to aspire to, no? And healing the hurt is absolutely essential before we pacify the pain. So we're fully integrated. We're not dismissing the pain and the suffering, but that's part of what we are about to manifest, what we are about to upgrade into our lives. No? So that is really my offering and gift for you today. And I'm really excited to be doing this because I am also going to go through it with you guys. Like whatever I have reflected on, whatever I have heard, witnessed on an empirical and like more a broader sense in my practice, in my recent travels. I just came home from my motherland, the Philippines, and that was a lot of like confronting who I was, my roots, both the shadow work and the upgrade, no, like what I kind of, the patterns that I saw from a cultural, environmental, family dynamics that I really saw what is the root cause of who I became and what are the roots that are rotting that isn't serving me anymore. So that is also, this day is also informed by that, aside from the Lionsgate, no? So Lionsgate is really an opportunity to clear, create, and most importantly, to focus on the solution rather than always focusing on the problem. Let me say that one more time. This is an opportunity to focus on the north, on the aspiration, on the solution, rather than on the problem all the time. So this is the perfect time to quantum leap, to collapse time, that recovery from hurt, suffering, pain, stress, overwhelm, to joy, calm, integration, love. And so when I say again, this is the perfect time to focus on solution, not just the problem. And the best way to really do that is to lead, always leading yourself with love. Self leadership through love. Because all the answers, all the healing codes, all the manifestation that you need are already inside of you. But this Lion's Gate is an opportunity to amplify and to really feel the power of the planets aligning, because we are microplanets. No, we live on Earth and we get the energy from the sun. I mean, think about photosynthesis. How do plants grow? Right? So we cannot dismiss that the sun is such a powerful force on how it can activate or how it can burn what you don't need anymore. No? So this is really again an opportunity to quantum leap. And when I say quantum leaping, quantum in a very oversimplified way, when I say quantum healing, it is tapping into um, bending time and space. Time and space basically is not a very high variable when we want to do quantum healing. And let me illustrate that for you a little bit more. Reflect back who you were 5 years ago. Who are you 5 years ago? Are you the same? I bet, sure, you are intact, like you are still you, but 5 years ago and today you have evolved, you have upgraded, you have learned so many things, unlearned maybe so many things too. But so you know that your past self in many ways still exists, and your current self, who you were, is now the one that's happening. Quantum leaping now is you leap into 5 years of you in the future, and knowing that 5 years is not that long after all. Knowing that it will still be you, but leaping into that evolution faster, efficient, because I bet you are tuning in here now because you are tired of like waiting for the solution that really I need to have 3 more years before I can finally feel at peace, mentally focused, turned on by life, living my purpose. You can decide today you're gonna quantum leap into focusing who is it that you want to become. Last year, um I bet you are a completely different person last year. So today what I'm going to be giving to you is how can you leap into your future self without the struggle, using also that planetary alignment that we have today. Does that sound good to you? Right? I mean, even with uh, Joy, um, I know who she was last year is completely different from who she is today. Right, Joy? Joy is my unicorn who's helping me out, and um, my graphics and my social media and everything. So I saw her grow so fast because she was so open into receiving the upgrades. And so that is one of the recipe on how can we upgrade on a quantum leap. You need to be open to it. And that is really manifestation. As my good friend, sister, mentor, Donna was talking about in one of our workshop, manifestation is you make manifest the unseen to the seen. Because it's already here in the field, in the quantum field, the partner, the solution, the medicine, the herb, the movement, the food plan, the exercise. It's already here. The solution exists. It is only up to us. Are we open to receive the upgrade and to actually look at what we need to clear, the roots that is rotting, and to create more of who you want to become, the roots that you want to nourish, the roots that you want to put out in that sunshine, in this heal the hurt um, Lionsgate alignment. Who do you want to nourish? What roots do you want to nourish? No. And I wanted to also bring out how powerful, even just by all the techniques that I'm going to give you today, which I went through for this like 2 to 3 weeks, because again, I just came home from the Philippines. I'm back in the Southwest, Tucson. I'm based in Southwest. Um, and I had to really go into integration time. A lot of it is beyond words. A lot of it is um, memories, especially from childhood. Do you know how when we have micro traumas or even like very stimulating mind expansion, it's usually during childhood, and we didn't have words to express our our experiences around that time. And so for me to really like understand what was happening, I had to go through a non-talk therapy way of integrating. And this is what we'll do today too. No, because it's usually in our nervous system that we store information. And so if we need to clear to create the new, we also need to tap really into our bodies and listen to our body. How can we release? How can we make room, no, through our fascia, through our heart space, even through our eyes? What do we need to see so we can feel more integrated and whole? Um, so, and you know, this Lionsgate is an opportunity again to be in a way futuristic, because it's an amplifier. So whatever you want to do in the future and taking you beyond, even beyond that 5 years, this is that opportunity. And so, what could be the symptoms that you need to clear to create? Maybe since 2020 or 3 years ago, you know, you have had symptoms of a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty, a lot of anxiety, confronted with relationships that isn't serving you anymore. A lot of my clients are having a lot of like relationships that they're reevaluating. Do I want them to be part of my life? So we are in like a state of we need to confront what is causing the pain. And this time too, in 2023, we are kind of in that last uh, quarter, no, almost the last quarter of 2023. This is an opportunity to come into 2024 being clear and not kind of wishy-washy into what is that future you looks like. How can you activate that DNA, and how can you deactivate those genetic codes too, from cultural beliefs to genes, cancer, diabetes, hypertension, anxiety? And how can you activate codes, that DNA codes inside of you, that is purposeful, service, self love, um, authenticity, integrity, no? And I say activate DNA, going back to Lionsgate. The sun is very powerful during Leo and during August. Summer, oh my gosh. In Tucson now, it's like 110, degrees. It's super hot. So you can really feel that sun rays. And the DNA is very much affected by the biophotonic rays. All that rays, that full spectrum of light, from the ultra to the infra rays, activates the DNA. So, what do you want to activate on the DNA level, and what do you need to turn off? From a disease standpoint, from optimization standpoint. And so, how can we, um, again, focus on the solution, not the problem? And integration, upgrading. The first step, and this is what I posted on a few days ago, is that there is a lot of buzz around mental health, mental health, mental health. And what if, how does it feel like to you if we rename it to feelings health? No? How does that land on your body, in your field, when I say, how is your feelings health? How is your emotional health? Versus, how's your mental health? To me, immediately, when I say mental health, it's like very up here. It's very logical. It's very neurochemistry, serotonin, norepinephrine, antidepressants. It's very here. What do I think? But when I say feelings health, it's a bit more like, ooh, I feel heard. I feel like that's what I'm going through. The anxiety, the anger, the joy, the love. Now, how are you feeling? And I think that is, in my observation, in my perspective, in my world, when we name things not in alignment to what we are really experiencing, that can be the block to really like leaping into the solution. No? Maybe I want you to experiment. What name? How can you label whatever you're going through, not using other people's label? And this is part of the authenticity. You don't need to follow anybody else's rule. You follow your own rule, what feels right to you. So that's my suggestion, my reflection. I think it is more properly named as feelings health or emotional health, not mental health. So what are the shadows? What are the misaligned naming that's happening with you? And then scan your body. What feels right, no? Before we can really quantum leap, kind of like a toddler, we need to make sure that you are heard in the way that you want to be heard. You have to name it before you can tame it. Name it to tame it. We need to identify to tame it. Okay. Shadow works could be trauma, childhood, malnourishment, like literally not nourished by attention, food, relationships, environment. It could be overstimulating. So it could be a malnourishment when the environment is over or undernourishment if your environment didn't stimulate you to be really healthy or happy or positive. Or there could be some psychic attacks, right? Like the shadow work, the pain and the hurt that you're feeling could be psychic attacks because you are upgrading. You are in this path of self improvement, self development, and not everyone is comfortable with that. Not everyone is in the path of what's opposite of self sabotage, what's opposite of drinking, going to the movies, or shopping. Maybe your path is really in alignment now with connecting with nature, living your purpose, or maybe even eating higher vibrational food. And even just the food, it's so triggering for people when you are in this like very healthy lifestyle. So it could be psychic attack that what you're going through. Like you could feel the judgment, you could feel the isolation, you could feel now, ooh, it's a little bit lonely with upgrading my life. And that's okay. That's okay. It could be family. The shadow work could be family. You're now feeling the disconnect with how you were raised. You have almost like outgrown literally how it was. No, so now you are going to create new family dynamics. It might be an invitation to create new family dynamics. Um, so knowing the shadow, knowing the hurt is absolutely essential into healing. Because what I see, so one is naming it properly, I think is the gateway to being feeling nervous system wise, feeling that you are heard. Number two is actually having the courage, having the strength, having the honesty to confront what is the pain, the problem, what is looking at the things that triggers you before we even pacify you. Because sometimes what I see happen like, oh, this is so hard right now. I'm going through a breakup, or I'm going through a transition in life where my work isn't aligned anymore, or this is so difficult. The relationship that I'm in with my son or with my partner is so unbearable, or my work is so overwhelming. And then I'll meditate. I'll just meditate. I'll just exercise. I'll just I don't know, take my herbal tea. No, so we want to turn off and kind of pacify and kind of say it's okay before we even really let the nervous system, let the body, let the mind, let the spirit in many ways complain or really express itself. Be authentic, like, oh, I know this is hard, but we're gonna go through it. Riding the wave before, instead of like just making the wave stop. How can we confront the pain courageously, compassionately, knowing that the pain we are going through is the biggest fertilizer of your growth? All that like feeling of like, can be your biggest fertilizer. So why not sit with it, welcome it, get to know it, and bid it goodbye when it's ready to go. When you have gotten the nourishment, the fertilizer for your next level you. How can that look like? I'm in pain. I just want to be feeling good. And I hear that. But there's a fine line of this like turning off the pain just so you skip a step versus like, okay, that was painful. This isn't working. I'm hearing you, nervous system. I am hearing you, hormones. I honor this pain. How can I use this memory and this experience of pain to inform my future, to inform my next level me, to inform what is feeling good without shoving the pain away too fast, without pacifying and not learning from the pain. Because you see, most, if not all, of successful people, and success is very relative, right? Is are the ones who was able to endure the pain, who was able to really like digest and take in what is it the blessing of that pain gave them. The next step after you recognize, ooh, that didn't feel good. I recognize nervous system, body, I get it, I love you. How can you now shift into, so we're now clearing, right? We're clearing the pain, creating, and then leading with love. How can you now lead self leadership in healing with love? And this is a simple exercise that I've done um, to anchor, leading with love, to anchor the pacifying, to anchor the feel good hormones, the feel good frequency, is literally same thing as I said, name to tame it. I also name to amplify. I name to compound. I name to anchor. I name to memorize. So, for example, what do I mean by that? When I'm spending time like with my children, when I'm spending time like my slow morning, I recognize, this feels good. Ooh, what, where in my body does that good feels like, so that in my nervous system, in my brain, I'm really memorizing that feeling good, and so I'm reinforcing, no, clearing, and now we're in the creation. So I want to keep creating those moments of, ooh, this feels good, because sometimes we get lost into this like big rituals of what feeling good means, like, oh, I need to meditate for 30 minutes, I need to go to hiking, or I need to take that vacation, or I need to go to the gym, you know. But there are so many opportunities, like, honestly, sometimes I'm just like journaling and like, oh, that felt good. This feels good. Naming also what feels good, to anchor, to memorize, and to keep creating those moments. And neurochemistry, it follows. Leading with leadership, with love, through anchoring the feel good. So let's summarize healing the hurt. Lionsgate portal is Sirius, the sun, and the earth in alignment, and there's so much power in that. There's a lot of electromagnetic frequency, biophotonic particles coming in, activating or deactivating the DNA. First, by doing shadow work, naming it, what you're actually feeling, whatever the hurt that you're feeling, to tame it. Number two is um, naming it also, to tame it, of what feels good, leading with love, and leading with self-love, to memorize and to anchor. So first is clearing, creating, so that you can lead yourself with love. And if you have any questions, any comments around how we can quantum leap into heal the hurt, let me know. any feedback on how this mini workshop is, I'd love to know. And we're going to end with a very short visualization into quantum leaping and really activating um, the futuristic self. Now, activating where we want to go in the now. That's quantum leap. The future is now through visualization, through feeling, and really like rehearsing who are you 5 years from now. Um, and if you're ready to dive in deeper, if this aligns with you, I would love to support you. There are many ways to work with me. The easiest way is through, I'm so proud of this 14-day self love challenge. It's a self paced course. It's so, so powerful. It's really connecting with the heart space. So you can nourish yourself with doing journaling, 10 minutes of meditation, and exercises on how to activate the most powerful frequency, which is love, right? The most powerful healing frequency is love. So even though Lionsgate is going to end by end of August, that quantum leap is always available to us through the heart, through the frequency of love, no? So that's one way, is joining me in that self-love challenge. Another way is through group coaching, the Healing Academy, where we go through the foundation of a thriving life, mind, body, spirit, and really activating the healing codes, through movement, through breath work, through visualization, through journaling, um, and that's usually like through a group. We are currently enrolling people in that group program. And then lastly, a very high touch, very concierge, very intimate way of really facilitating your transformation. And this is, I love supporting, highly driven, especially women, who wants to really make an impact to the world and doesn't want to get burnt out along the process, and be held, handheld, link arms with me so that you can really reach your maximum potential in your business, in your family, in your life. Um, that's through a one-on-one Revive and Thrive program. It's currently closed, but you can sign up for the wait list. And if anything comes up, any suggestions, any trainings that you'd love to hear from a holistic medicine standpoint, I would love to hear your thoughts. And with that, let's go through our activation, healing the hurt, using pain as a fertilizer on how we can quantum leap into our future selves, into self leadership with love, into clearing what no longer serves us, and creating the you that feels so aligned, that feels so good, that feels so easy. So I'm inviting you to just maybe find a comfortable space and anchor and arrive in the present moment, connecting to your breath, connecting to your body, connecting to your feelings. How are you feeling? How are you feeling? And let's start by closing the eyes gently and allowing to sink even deeper in the present moment. And maybe giving ourselves a pat on the back for giving ourselves the time to tune in right here, right now. With the next breath, exhale fully, emptying, followed by a slow, deep breath in through the nose, energizing and oxygenating every cell, every nerve, every muscle. Good. And letting go. 3 more. Deep inhale through the nose. As slow and as deep, and let go, clearing, cleansing. Deep breath in, activating, creating the new you. Feeling the lion's gate, the power of the lion's gate manifesting here and now. One last deep inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, keeping the eyes closed, just return to normal breathing. And start to become aware of your tailbone, your sacrum, and visualizing a red ball energy around the sacrum and feeling really grounded to the earth. You are part of earth. You are connected to earth with this red light. And as you feel and visualize this red healing light, you feel more and more grounded to the present moment. You feel more and more stable, powerful, like a warrior, so rooted in your feet, so certain of who you are, and where you want to go. And as you feel more certain, this ball of red energy becomes more and more vibrant. And it feels so good around that root, that sacrum. Good. And as you feel grounded, you see this energy rising up to the belly button. And now you're sensing an orange energy around the belly button. And as you connect with this orange energy, you are activating all that creative energy inside of you. And it's really pacifying and nourishing your ovaries, your uterus, your lower back, and really imagining and visualizing that creativity, that problem solving part of you. Clearing any obstacles, clearing any stagnation. And it feels so good to connect with that orange energy. And now you're feeling that energy rise up around the belly, the stomach, where your liver is, and you're sensing and visualizing a yellow, bright light, like the sun. And as this sun energy, sun yellow light, you are feeling all the things that you need to burn, that you need to digest, that you need to decompress, and you need to let go all the frustration, the worry, the anger through the area around the liver. And as you connect with that, forgiveness comes in, trust comes in, certainty comes in, and that yellow sun shine inside your liver becomes stronger and stronger, and it feels good. Using the breath, you feel this yellow light come up to the heart space, the sternum, and now you're sensing and visualizing a green healing light around your heart space. And this allows you to connect to all memories that makes you feel grateful. All memories past, present and future that makes you feel so joyful, so at peace. And this green ball of light around the heart space is expanding more and more as you connect more to the heart space. And you feel this green energy as you're feeling more grateful rise up to the throat, to the thyroid, and you're now visualizing and sensing a blue healing light. And this allows you to express, to be heard more, and to be more authentic in who you are through the throat. And it feels so good to express who you really are. And anchoring that blue healing light through the neck, maybe even feeling all the neck muscles feel less tight, feel more relaxed, and sense this blue healing energy rise up in between the eyebrows and seeing and visualizing an indigo healing light. And now you're activating through that indigo light the visionary inside of you, that you can see beyond what is. And it feels so good to see yourself 5 years from now, 10 years from now, and you are becoming more of who you're meant to be. And you're seeing her, him, right now. And that indigo light becomes more and more powerful, really cleansing and clearing the brain space, activating that pineal gland, and calming all that hormonal system. And it allows you to see clearly. And now that energy is rising up to the crown and sensing this violet purple healing light around the crown. And you're now integrating, you are now seeing an energy field of rainbow all around you, from the red, the orange, the yellow, green, the blue, indigo, purple, and your field is feeling more intact, more powerful, alive, anchoring this feeling of integration, feeling of healing, wholeness. And you look forward to having more of the solution. You look forward to having more of the joy, the calm, the certainty. And this feels good right here, right now. In a moment, return to the room, still carrying that rainbow field of healing with you. You can take this with you from here on out. Connecting to the space, maybe moving your toes, your fingers, taking in a deep breath in and out. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. I wish you and bless your path of healing, a peaceful, empowered, smooth healing. If you have any questions about how to work with me, reach out, and I hope you have a good rest of your August. September is also a good month. It's my birthday month. And as my gift to you, we are offering a 20% discount to my online dispensary. Um, it's on the link in my bio, my online dispensary for all the professional naturopathic, homeopathic, and supplements will be 20% discount for the month of September. And thank you. Bye.